Alright, if you remember from previous chapter, we have some render elements here, something like reflection, total lighting, and other elements. I think here we could use these render passes too. So I select the top layer and adding V-Ray reflection. I rendered the scene with reflection with V-Ray. So I'm adding this one. Alright, this is reflection. Also, I add the total lighting here. Okay. I'm hiding reflection layer. This is total lighting. So I could blend it with something like lighten or screen. Lighting could be help for improvement. And here now we could decrease the values. Okay, maybe something about 15% and move it to top of your scene main element here. Okay. And for reflection, we could use screen. Reflection could improve, but we don't have much strong reflection here. And also better to change exposure. I set the gamma something like 0.5. It was the correct value if you remember. Okay, getting a bit stronger. And I will also move it down top to this total light and decrease the opacity values. We could also make more contrast, so image adjustment and brightness contrast. Increase the contrast values. Allow me to check. Because the opacity is less, it is not so effective, but would help us. Okay, that's enough. Maybe 70%. You could see some reflection improvements on the surfaces. For example, check this surface here. Okay. That's done. Let's adjust the grasses here. So open grass, and for curve, I double click. Allow me to detach this curve here. Increase the light intensity. And for hue saturation, I increase the saturation and maybe tweak the color a bit, get more greenish. And we have color balance. I just double click on these icons and less blue values. For shadows also we could increase the green values. Still you could use cyan, don't worry. Less blue. Alright, that's fine. For grasses in the left side also, allow me to zoom in. Double click on the curve. Increase light in a bit. Okay. Hue saturation. More saturation. And oops, not too much. And maybe a bit color shifting for hue. Oops, sorry. I think I'm wrong changing. This is for flowers, right? We have too much. Yes, this is the left grass. Yep, that's the correct one. So for curve, increase lightness. If you cannot recognize changes before and after, simply press Ctrl or Command Z to undo, and to bring back Shift Ctrl or Shift Command Z to redo. Hue saturation also, increase the saturation and maybe shift the hue a bit. And color balance, we don't need too much cold anymore. For highlight, we could even make it warmer. And for shadows, less cold. Okay. It's getting better, but the grass colors is not fine, I think. So I want to change first hue saturation again. Okay. Shift to the right side. And lightness values is negative. It's not necessary anymore. Okay. So Control Z before and after. That is fine. Bring it back. Alright. I collapse these grasses. And flower is fine. Shadow fine. Still it is a smooth soft shadow because we don't have direct sunlight. And for the background also we could change it or add another elements there, plants, trees, buildings, etc. But it is fine. I'm just pressing Ctrl or Command M and increase the lightness a bit. Maybe less, oops, my system getting too slow. Maybe less blue values just to get more greenish. And increase maybe a bit red, not too much. And for green also add greens. That's fine. If it is getting too yellow, you could decrease the red values, don't worry. You see? Don't tweak too much. Okay. And for these trees, I guess they are fine, but still you could adjust them. Hue, saturation, lightness, brightness, etc. But two main left parts here is the sky and the mist. They are too strong. So in the next video we will change them.